Ragna Crimson is a dark fantasy anime about a world plagued by dragons, monstrous beings that rule the skies and terrorize humanity. The story follows Ragna, a weak dragon hunter who fights alongside Leonica, a prodigy destined to slay dragons. But when a powerful dragon kills Leonica, Ragna is devastated until he's saved by his future self, who has gained immense power through suffering and sacrifice. Future Ragna gives present Ragna his strength and knowledge to change fate. Now wielding silver-based anti-dragon weapons and a grim determination, Ragna seeks revenge against all dragons, especially the dragon monarchs who rule over them. Along the way, he meets Crimson, a mysterious, cunning dragon who also wants to destroy their own kind. The two form an uneasy alliance, challenging the dragon hierarchy and fate itself in a brutal war of survival, vengeance, and power. Chloe was gone, executed before a world that once cheered her kindness, now drunk on fear. The Empire called it progress. Adonis called it a betrayal. They locked him in a cold cell, stripped of freedom, of purpose, of magic. Time passed, but grief hardened into fury. The boy who once laughed beside a witch was gone. In his place stood something colder, something sharp. When the walls finally broke and he escaped, Adonis didn't hesitate. The Empire would bleed. He would see to it personally. City by city, he carved a path of destruction, not for justice, but for revenge. Then he met Doroka, a girl born of magic, untouched by cruelty, unbroken by hate. She smiled like Chloe once did, not because the world was kind, but because she chose to be. In her presence, Adonis remembered who he used to be before the fire, before the chains. She didn't ask him to forgive. She simply stood beside him. And so, with the world burning behind him, Adonis faced a choice: become the monster they feared, or protect what little light still remained. Drifters, a battle across worlds. In the final moments of the Battle of Sekigahara, Samurai Toyohisa Shimazu is gravely wounded, but instead of dying, he's pulled through a mysterious portal into a strange, war-torn world. Here, history's greatest, warriors like Oda Nobunaga and Yoichi have been summoned as drifters to fight against the sinister Ends, evil historical figures with terrifying powers who want to annihilate humanity. Toyohisa, rough and reckless but fiercely loyal, teams up with Nobunaga and Yoichi, a deadly archer, to lead oppressed elves and outcasts into rebellion. They wage explosive, brutal battles, clashing swords and strategies with monsters, magic and men from every era. But the Ends grow stronger, led by the enigmatic Black King who commands dragons and darkness. As kingdoms fall and empires rise, the line between hero and villain begins to blur. In this world of endless war, only one truth remains. History's greatest heroes will either save this world or burn it to ash. The world has fallen. A mysterious virus turns humans into Kabaneri-lentless, undead monsters with glowing hearts of steel. To survive, what's left of humanity retreats behind fortress walls and relies on armored trains to travel between cities. Ikoma, a brilliant yet underestimated engineer, dreams of fighting back. When disaster strikes and his city is overrun, he takes a desperate gamble, infected but unwilling to die. He halts the virus midway and becomes something new. A Kabaneri, half human, half Kabaneri. He joins forces with Mume, a deadly Kabaneri warrior with a haunted past. Together, aboard the Iron Fortress, they battle both the Kabaneri outside and the fear and prejudice within. In a world where the line between monster and man is razor thin, they fight to protect what's left of humanity and their own fading humanity too. Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead follows Akira Tendo, A 24-year-old office worker trapped in a soul-crushing job at an exploitative company. Just when he's about to completely break down, a zombie apocalypse erupts in Tokyo. But instead of despair, Akira feels free. He no longer has to go to work. With a new purpose, he writes a bucket list of 100 things he wants to do before he dies, or turns into a zombie. Along the way, he teams up with others who share his desire to truly live like Shizuka Mikazuki, a pragmatic survivalist who teaches Akira how to stay alive, and Kensho, his free-spirited best friend who supports his wild dreams. Later, they're joined by Beatrix Ammerhauser, a German otaku with a deep love for Japanese culture who's determined to enjoy the apocalypse like a true anime heroine. Together, this unlikely group embarks on a hilarious and heartfelt journey through zombie-infested Japan, crossing off bucket list items one by one. The series blends gory action with meaningful moments and surprising introspection. In a world overrun by death, it's a story that celebrates life with humor, friendship, and a splash of blood.